The road to Appomattox. Union forces were closing in on Lee's army in Virginia. On April 2, 1865, General Lee sent a message to Jefferson Davis that the Confederates should leave Richmond, Virginia. The next day, Union troops entered the city. The Union had captured the capital of the Confederacy. When President Lincoln arrived to tour Richmond, the city's former slaves cheered him. Exhausted and starving, Lee's army of 55,000 men tried to escape west. Grant's force of about 113,000 soldiers trapped them. Grant met Lee in one last battle near the village of Appomattox Courthouse, Virginia, and once again defeated the weary Confederates. The end had come. The Civil War was over. On April 9, 1865, General Grant and General Lee met at a farmhouse at Appomattox to discuss the terms of surrender. Among the many Union officers who witnessed the surrender was Eli S. Parker. A Seneca lawyer and Union officer, he had helped write up the terms of surrender. Grant wanted the healing of the nation to start right away. He didn't take Confederate soldiers prisoner. Instead, he allowed Lee's soldiers to go free. In addition, the Union allowed the Southerners to keep their personal weapons and any horses they had. Grant also offered to give Lee's men food from Union supplies. Lee accepted. As Lee returned to his men, the Union soldiers cheered and fired their rifles to celebrate their victory over the South. Grant silenced them, saying, "The war is over. The rebels are our countrymen again." 4. Identify Generals Lee and Grant in the painting by labeling them. The cost of the Civil War. The Civil War was the most destructive war in our history. The human costs were very high. About 620,000 people died. Families were torn apart, as some members sided with the Union and others with the Confederacy. The governments of both sides spent billions to fight the war. After the Civil War, many people were in mourning. Eventually, a national holiday called Memorial Day was created. It honors all of our nation's fallen soldiers. Other economic costs were shattering as well. Towns, farms, and industries in the South were ruined. Factories in the North that had relied on Southern cotton were in trouble. However, the economy of the South suffered far greater losses, particularly because the enslaved people on whom the economy depended were now freed. In spite of the destruction, Lincoln still hoped for the healing of the nation. After news of the Confederate surrender reached Washington, D.C., Lincoln appeared before a crowd and asked a band to play Dixie, one of the battle songs of the Confederacy. "I have always thought Dixie was one of the best tunes I ever heard," he told the crowd. 5. Add up the costs of the war.